The short episode of Media Lies. Yeah, anyone who supports Black Lives Matter and Antifa will hate this. So, you know, warning. So watch. Viewer discretion is advised. Do not watch this if you're under 14. Please. So, apparently, Black Lives Matter has been granted nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Peace Prize. Hold on. So, what? So they're giving the Black Lives Matter movement Nobel Peace Prize. Yet, last year, they did so much damage. They burned, looted, they killed, beheaded statues, and they started a hell lot of chaos, and of course they started hate against police officers. So just because of a couple police officers they all the police officers are bad, and some black people, some white people they did something against some black people. Oh like so yeah. And then they had this. They also started that insults again. So the hate against you know. And that one, it was just ridiculous. So if you were with again, so if you spoke out against Black Lives Matter, yeah, they would hate you on social media. They would bully you. I was one of those victims. And no, not to forget that Black Lives Matter is a Marxist movement. So the Marxism theory actually used by Karl Marx actually worked back then when it was needed, but now people are using it the wrong way. So they say Black Lives Matter, yet they're excluding. So they're only talking about certain Black lives. They're not talking about every Black lives. No, they didn't care about the children. Remember? Sequoia Turner and Devon McNeil? They never cared about them. Yeah, and it was never even mentioned on the news. They didn't rally didn't protest saying support our children or our black children or anything like that. There was that. And they supported criminals. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake, Deon Kay, and every other criminal basically who was black and technically did something. No. So either they did the crime or they were assisting. So technically that means illegal. if you're helping someone getting away with like something, like technically you're a bad guy too. So they did months of like bad stuff, and like peace is peace was like not a single thing they ever did. And also they insulted they beheaded statues and religious statues, and this also was an insult to like the black religious community and also the veterans, and also like famous people like Abraham Lincoln, and also they hate, and Martin Luther King Jr. And also basically anyone who they speak negatively of like, oh, so they didn't do anything. Abe Lincoln didn't do anything for Black lives. So really. So obviously these people like must be on drugs or something, cause learn your history, preach it right, and of course they brainwashed so many people. Like they brainwashed the majority of celebrities. So basically, like Nobel, I guess like the awards like Nobel Peace Prize, it doesn't mean anything anymore, because if they're going to give it to like a Marxist terrorist group, then no. Black lives don't matter. Black Lives Matter movement does not matter. Black Lives Matter does not matter. All lives matter. Because if people still can't understand like all the destruction, so especially businesses, like come on. Because I understand this in the business perspective, because you know, because if you really support Black lives, then would you let black businesses owned by black people or native people be vandalized, looted like that? You probably wouldn't. So we need to put an end to this Black Lives Matter crap, and they do not deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, and that thing isn't even worth anything anymore. So first it was the Grammys, and now this. Stop being woke, people, and see the truth. The link to Justia is right below.